Hey folks, today we're going to be reviewing Congrieve's Curiosities by Chris Congreave. Let's get into it. Welcome to Slightly Better Magic Reviews. My name is Paul and today we're reviewing Congrieve's Curiosities by Chris Congreave. So what's in the tin? You get a 116 page book which has about 40 routines in it that are concisely taught, and a couple of the routines are marketed effects. So is it a good value and is it overpriced? I would say it is a good value at $35. It has about 40 routines in it. Two of them are marketed effects. The first marketed effect is called Child's Play, which was originally sold for $40 and now it's a $20 download on Penguin. And it also includes Dissection, which is marketed under the name Roll, which is still available for $30 on the market. Both are excellent effects, plus you get the other 38 routines in it. So I would say at $35 you're getting a good value. You will need to supply your own cards for Dissection and Child's Play, but if you're a working professional you probably already have the cards lying around anyway. So who is this book for and who will like it? I would say this book is for the working pro. A hobbyist might get some information from it, but I think they might find the teaching a little frustrating. More on that later. As for who will like this, I think it would be good for family entertainers, table hoppers, and strollers. That's what most of the material in the book is covering. So what is the skill level for most of the routines in this book? I would say intermediate is probably what you'll find mostly. There are a couple advanced routines in there. There's one that's basically self-working, but most of them are intermediate in their skill level. So where is it meant to be performed, and are there clothing requirements? Most of the routines in this book are meant to be performed either strolling or table hopping. There are a couple routines that you could probably get away with parlor, but there are no stage effects in this book. There is a chop cup and a color changing knives routine in the book, so that would take up a little more pocket space than cards or coins. Also, you would be required to wear a jacket for some of the routines. So how is the teaching in this book? I would say the teaching in this book is where some may think it falls short. It's very concise and it assumes that you have a basic understanding of card and coin sleights. Beginners might find the assumption that you know these things frustrating because they would have to source them out or learn them from a different resource. However, I find it nice because you get a lot of information in a short amount of reading. It kind of reminds me of a Paul Gordon style, the way he writes his books. The other thing in here are the pictures. They're a very good size. For the size of the book, the pictures are a nice size, but they have a cartoony kind of filter on them, which I would have preferred just a clear snapshot. That's just a matter of personal preference. So how is the setup and reset for most of these effects? I would say the setup for most of them is pretty minimum, and the reset is also quick. Just takes a few seconds to put the coins or the cards back in your pockets in a certain way, or maybe put the cards in a certain order as you're putting them away. One of the standouts in the book is the effect Dissection under the name Roll on the market. It really is a standout. It has instant reset and an initial setup that takes a little while, but once it's all set up you'll be ready to roll in no time. See what I did there? So how are the angles and is it examinable? Most of the effects in the book are good on angles. You wouldn't want people behind you or standing shoulder to shoulder with you if you were strolling. For table hopping you would be fine as well with people in front of you. About 180 degrees is where you're going to be comfortable with most of these routines. As far as examinability, I would say you're not really clean on a lot of them, but they appear to be clean, so it doesn't really invite inspection. So what are the pros of this book? I would say that one of the pros is that the book has about 40 routines in it and a couple marketed effects, which is nice value there. And it has a couple routines in it that has some pretty strong misdirection and callbacks in it, which is also nice to see. As far as cons go, I would say the biggest con of this book is the teaching. Again, I don't mind it. I think it's great, but beginners might find it frustrating. So would I use the routines in this book? It's a resounding yes. I used to perform child's play a lot when I was table hopping. I actually personalized it with my own son's photo, so it was personal to me. It got great reactions. I've also performed dissection with great success. The other routines that I haven't got to yet, I can see them also playing really big. So it's a resounding yes on whether or not I would use this material. So what's the rating for Congreave's Curiosities? I give it an 8 out of 10. I would say if you're a table hopper or stroller, you'll find a lot of great material in this book, and I highly recommend it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I plan on making more of these video reviews, and when you like, share, and subscribe, it helps me to keep going. So if you found this information valuable, I ask that you continue to watch and tell your friends. Thanks a lot.